level 1313.
Catch a deep breath. It'll be the last fresh air you'll get for a while.
Fresh air is overrated.
Let's see how you feel about that after you get 1,000 levels down.
Thousands of stories below the luxurious city skylines, polished Republic Senate, and Grand Jedi Temple lays a damp, criminal-infested toxic city illuminated by artificial lights of derelict clubs and bars. This is of course the Coruscant Underworld. In a place where the weak perish and the strong thrive, it makes for an interesting topic. Today we will be talking about what society was like in the bottommost layers of Coruscant, including level 1313, which was infamous for being the most brutal and unforgiving urban area in all of Star Wars. Coruscant has 5,127 levels that were constructed, one obviously being the lowest and 5,127 being the highest. Due to the toxicity of the lower stories of Coruscant, level 1 was deemed to be uninhabitable, and it is not known what kind of creatures live in the bottom 1,000 levels of Coruscant, as many of these 1,000 levels were filled with compressed garbage. Many lower class immigrants coming to Coruscant were expecting the prosperity of surface life. However, due to prices being so high on the surface, many of them were pushed to the lower levels and would eventually succumb to criminal influences. Underworld Society. Underworld Society will be based on level 1313, as this was the heart of the underworld. On this level, anything you could think of that was related to crime happened. There were numerous black markets that sold prohibited weapons such as lightsabers and crime syndicates that extorted money from people who were trying to make a living. The only saving grace of these levels were the underworld police. Compared to their metallic counterparts on the top levels of Coruscant, underworld police were very durable, as many of them had grown up in the underworld and had experienced it all. In saying this, level 1313 was such a corrupt place that even the police had no real impact. Other than catching thugs and thieves, there was not much they could do to a crime syndicate who basically ran the place. One infamous crime syndicate that was known to exploit women, sell drugs, and extort money were known as the Black Sun. Members of this crime syndicate were often known to be hanging around in seedy nightclubs, gambling corners, and cantinas, where they would spend all their extorted money. Although places such as these experienced raids from underworld police, it rarely amounted to anything. If any member of the various crime syndicates working in level 1313 were to be arrested, you could expect kidnappings of law enforcement and public officials, which is why underworld police usually were deterred from intervening. If the Republic at the time had directed more funding toward the underworld law enforcement agencies, then the underworld would be a very different place. However, because this was obviously not the case, the Coruscant Underworld was ripe with many different variations of crime and crime syndicates. To conclude, on the surface level, Coruscant was a picturesque place with many different things to do and see. However, if you ended up in the lower levels of Coruscant, you could expect a whole different world. A world riddled with crime and corruption. Fun fact of the day. There was a game called Star Wars 1313 that was planned to be an action-adventure game, where the player had the ability to explore and fight in the lowest levels of Coruscant. However, this game was cancelled due to Disney. The game concept has not been fully scrapped and still has the ability to be revived. If you want this game to possibly come back, I have linked a petition in the description below, so make sure to share it with all your friends. Thanks for watching.